Okay, so the 60-second spelling routine. We're going to start off with a word that the child already knows how to spell without much effort. So let's take the word sat. So this is a word they know how to spell already, so we can actually teach them the 60-second spelling routine. We're going to use it in a minute with the word you said, friend. But first of all, let me just show you the spelling routine. So learn the routine first. So this is the routine, and every time they're learning a new word, they put the word here to learn it, and then when they're showing you they know how to do it, the word isn't there. Okay, so here's the routine. So they say the word first over the board, sat, because we're thinking my speech, my word is going to go here. So I'm going to say sat. Then I'm going to use my duck hands. Now duck hands, it's like a beak, and we're just segmenting the word. So at, sat. Now this is one of the most powerful things that you will ever use. It's free. Most people have got a hand, and if the earlier you get into doing this, the better, because it also shows you that they are segmenting the sounds correctly, even if it's a child who can't articulate the sounds. I work with a lot of non-speaking children. Okay, so we're doing the word sat. Sat, duck hand, at, sat. So you see I did the sounds left to right with the duck hands, and then I swept. So sat, at, sat. Now we're going to do the speech sound lines, and we say the sounds as we're going, and that's really, really important. At, sat. Now we're going to duck hand it again to be sure. At, sat. Speech sound lines, and we're going to say the sounds. At, sat. At, sat. Now this is where, if you're using my stuff with the sounds or whatever, we have a phonetic symbol for the kids that we put here first, but because you're not doing that, let's just go straight into the word. So we've done the speech sound lines, at, sat. Now we're going to draw the pictures of the sounds, the graphemes, on the speech sound lines. So here's the picture for s, here's the picture for a, and here's the picture for t. Duck hand it again, at, sat. And now we're going to secure it, so we're going to write it twice, saying the sounds. At, sat. At, sat. Okay, so now I am going to show it without talking all the way through it. So let me just rub it off. Okay, so here's the routine. Okay, so that's the word we're doing. Sat. At, 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 sat. Sat, sat, sat. So no letter names. It's as simple as that. Okay, so once you think you've got that down pat, we're going to start using words that the child needs to actually learn. And that's why the routine matters, because it becomes second nature. Our children do it when they're 4, and it carries on all the way through grade 6, grade 7, whatever. So the word is friend. So we're going to show it to them first of all. They're going to duck hand it here whilst they're looking at it. And friend. Friend. And friend. And friend. And friend. And friend. And friend. And if they're not sure, they can look. So we've got, remember it's the sound, no letter names. So we had so they can check it. And friend. And friend. And friend. Saying the sounds as they're doing the graphemes. And friend. Friend, friend, friend. And they do this as many run-throughs. Now, if you've got a child that's got really good phonemic awareness, it takes between 1 and 3 run-throughs and it's stored. They don't have to do it again. If you've got a child who's dyslexic, what this does is it strengthens the phonemic awareness and the phonological awareness, phonological working memory anyway. But they're going to often need sort of between 3 and 7 run-throughs, and it's absolutely fine. They don't need to do it without that there until they are ready. So let's just do it again. So here's the new word. So you would be watching them going, and friend. Obviously, make sure they know what it means. So friend, and friend, and friend, sorry, and friend. And I just did exactly what the children do. They lose their track, so they start back again. And friend. And friend, and friend. Do they need to look at it? And you'll find once they get more confidence, they go, oh, I don't need to, but it's there in case. And friend, and friend. Always keep using your duck counts. It cements it, stores it in the brain. So now, and friend, and friend, so friend, friend, friend. So at any time, like when they've just done that, they might be writing it, and they might for a second go, because they might be in a habit of trying to think of letter names or memorizing stuff, which just doesn't work and gets really confusing for the brain. So they might go, and then thinking, oh, I can't remember, what was the what was the picture for so that is a picture for the sound that's how we talk about it. That's a picture for that's a picture for in this word. So in this word, that's a picture for it might be different in a different word. In this word, and end, and end. In this word, this is the picture for And what we also do, I don't want to give you too much cognitive overload, but we have the whole code. So there's monster there's the phonemic so that's the one I just looked at with end. In friend, it's the IE just there. So we've got all of them. So when we're talking about pictures of sounds, we also display it on, there's a A4 mat or all sorts of resources that we have because they carry them around all the time. So what was that I just mentioned? Oh, I can't do this and hold the thing at the same time. Hold on. Sorry, I've gone past it. There you go, So in this word, the there's the picture for in this word. Look, friend. There's the picture for in end. So these are all pictures of the sounds, but it depends on the word. And that's what we're saying to the children all the time. So it depends on the word. That's why rules aren't always particularly effective. So this routine stores the word. So we went back to, what I was saying was they get to there and think, oh, what was it? They can either check the one they just did or check the master copy there. Friend. Friend. And as I say, when they're saying to you, oh, I think it's stored, and they want the stamp or whatever you want to do. So we have a thing where once they've learned it, it gets stamped in their, it gets stamped in their thingy. Sorry. They've all got their spelling book, and once they've done it without this here, word stored. So let's just do it without it there, just so that I can show you again. So it's not there. They can always get it back again if they want. So here we go, full run through. Friend, and 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 friend. Actually, they like to do it exactly where they did it before. And friend. Friend. Friend, friend, friend. Yay! So there you go. And you can, if you're not sure of the mapping or whatever else, you can use the free code mapping tool to do this and for, you know, yeah. The black, grey just shows them. It goes all the way through. It just shows black, here's one grapheme, here's another. So it carries on all the way through. So if you had a word with 13 graphemes, it's still going to go black, grey, all the way through. It's got nothing to do with anything other than here's a grapheme, here's a grapheme, here's a grapheme, etc. So there you go. Friend.